Right, so today I've come out to Snowdon. This is the Llanberis path, and I'm almost dead. So why the Llanberis path? Well, I'm not fit. I'm definitely not fit at the moment. And although this is probably the longest track up Snowdon, it's also the gentlest. Now, having said that, I'm still right at the bottom. I haven't even gotten to the cafe yet, and I was thinking about turning around and going back to the car. I think my pack's too heavy, or I'm just too weak. There is no way I'm going to be able to do 9 kilometers. And I'd love to get to the summit. I really would. It's a beautiful summer's day. It should be an easy hike up to the top. But with my pack, I wonder just whether I'm going to enjoy it. It's so heavy, but we'll crack on. I've just had a quick look online. I can still get a phone signal down here. I've had a quick look online, and apparently the bottom part is the steepest part. So if I can get over that, hopefully we'll be okay. And if at any point I just feel miserable with the whole thing, I'm just going to turn around and go back, and I'll have to have a rethink. Now in my bag I have my 5D Mark IV, I have the 70-200 f4, I have the 16-35 f2.8, I have my drone, numerous filters and things. There's not really anything that I'm really happy to get rid of to lighten the load, so yeah, I don't know what I'll do if I need to lighten the pack. But maybe the bag's a bit too big. It's not resting on my waist the way it should. I seem to have a choice between having it rest on my shoulders or rest on my hips. The bag is just too big to rest on both at once, so that's not helping. I'm just a whinger. No, I'm still at the bottom of the Llanberis path. I haven't really moved since I last spoke to you. And I love things like this. You can have a look. We've got this, what would have once been a barn, I think, or a lodging, a stone barn, and I just think it's got potential for a photo. So I'm going to have a look around, see if I can find a composition. I've got the sun in that direction. I don't really think I want to be shooting towards the sun. I've got some power lines here, which aren't going to work great. But I don't know, I just feel something here. I love this stuff. This is not something I see every day living in the towns. I'm absolutely fascinated by the history of what were once these kind of buildings, and I really would like to get them in a nice shot. So I'm going to have a look around, set up, and I'll talk you through what I decided to do.
I can't seem to lift my head straight. Just laying in the shades with you. Win or lose, we take it easy. What we do.
I came outside and I saw that this whole scene looked a lot better from the outside. It's more obviously, or was, a building, and there's this stone wall here which leads to it, a nice leading line. Now it would be a lot better if the light was on the front face as you're watching it here, but it's not. So I can either wait around for a little while, or we'll just take this picture and move on. And I think we'll just take this one, just to get one in the bag for the day, and move on. So let's have a quick look where we are. Quite low down. I wanted some of the grasses here in front, just to put something in the foreground. We've got this hill in the background. Well, it's part of Snowdon, I guess. But we've got this little peak in the background. There are some power lines in the shot, but I can get rid of those in Photoshop later on. And in terms of settings, well, I'm surprised because I'm at f11 just to get a nice depth of field. ISO 100, pretty standard settings all the way. But already I'm at 1/15 of a second, and we are still about 3 hours from sunset, so that's a pretty slow shutter speed. So there's a tip: bring a tripod, because at 1/15 of a second, even with a stabilised lens, you're going to struggle to get it perfectly sharp without a tripod. I'm using a polarizing filter just to bring back some of the saturation in the sky, because it is quite hazy out. It's blue skies, but it's quite hazy. So I'm hoping the polarizer will just cut through some of that and bring back some of the blues in the skies. And I'm also using a 2-stop medium grad just to bring the brightness down and equalize everything out. So we have everything just about as good as we're going to get it, so we'll take the shot. 2-second timer. There we go. Time to move on.
Don't you worry about tomorrow. Let's stay up until the morning light. Let the sun take care of your sorrow.
We're back in the car. What happened? I stopped enjoying it about a third of the way up. I just didn't want to be there anymore. The pack was far too heavy. I really need to do something about that. I don't know what. Something simple, something more drastic. And I'm not unfit. I'm not. But clearly I need to do something in order to be able to carry a little bit more weight. And do you know what it boiled down to in the end? 2 things. Number 1, it's a really nice day. And the thing that appeals to me about landscape photography is just going out on your own and doing your own thing. And today, the Llanberis path was absolutely packed. Absolutely packed. And I stopped enjoying it. I don't like vlogging when people are around. And every time I got the camera out to just do a little piece, half of Manchester would come down the mountain. So that spoiled it a little bit for me. And also the other thing, and this is the biggest reason of all, is my jeans are just too tight. What can I say? Just too tight. Okay, so if you're watching this, you've just seen me fail to climb Snowdon. I didn't just fail, I failed spectacularly. I wasn't even a third of the way up. The thing was, it just became hard work. It wasn't fun. And it wasn't just the number of people up there and the heat and the fact I'm in skinny jeans. It was the weight of my tripod and all my kit and everything. So I decided, do you know what, this really isn't going to happen. If I push on too far, I'm just going to make it harder for myself to come back down. So I got home and thought, right, what can I do? What can I do to get up there? Number 1 is I need to get fit. I need to get strong. I need to be able to carry my kit to these places. Snowdon, you know, it's the tallest mountain in Wales, the 2nd tallest in the UK, but I wasn't even a third of the way up. This should have been relatively straightforward, and I'm sure I could make it up there no problem without the gear. So the gear is what we're going to focus on, and I'm going to tell you how I've managed to save almost half the weight I was carrying. Right, so first things first, the bag. This is the bag I use. It is the Manfrotto Bumblebee 230. Quite a heavyweight backpack. Tom's Heaton has quite an in-depth review of that bag on his channel. And it's a great bag, but it's heavy. That bag right now is empty and it weighs 2.6 kilograms. And it doesn't carry an awful lot more than another bag I have, which is the Manfrotto Advanced Camera and Travel Backpack, I think this is called. This is much smaller, it's much lighter, it's 1.5 kilos, so that's 1.1 kilos saved. And actually, I can fit everything into that bag without too much of a problem. So, in future, I'll be taking the smaller bag for now, until I can somehow carry more going to the gym and whatnot. Secondly, this is my tripod. The Manfrotto CX055, the aluminium ball head. This is a carbon fibre tripod, and it weighs 2.4 kilos. Now this is not a heavyweight tripod, this is a lightweight tripod, but I'm a weakling. So from now on, I'll be using this, which is the Manfrotto Be-Free travel tripod, and this weighs 1.9 kilos according to my notes. I've weighed everything. I've just had everything on the scales and I've weighed it. So those are the half kilo saved, so we're up to 1.6 kilos saved so far. Now one thing I did take that I didn't use and haven't even used yet is this. The Mavic Air controller. And again, this is a small, lightweight drone. The drone plus the controller is about 720 grams. And when I'm going on a tough walk, when I'm going on what is for me a tough walk, that can't come with me for the time being. If I'm on flat ground, if it's easy enough to take with me, of course I'll take it, we'll get some nice B-roll, but for now, I need to save weight, and unless I have a friend with me, the drone's going to have to stay behind because I need to save as much weight as possible. So with the bag and the tripod and the drone, that's 2.3 kilograms saved so far. Next up, spare batteries. Now I had 2 spare batteries for my vlogging camera. I had 2 spare batteries for my Canon 5D Mark IV. I also had a GoPro battery in the bag as well. And these don't weigh a lot, spare batteries don't weigh a lot. All the spare batteries I was carrying come to about 225 grams. I could afford probably to take half of them. The 5D Mark IV battery lasts all day anyway. I'm not in a situation where I'm burst shooting or using live view or taking video. So one battery, one fully charged battery in a Canon 5D Mark IV will probably get me through a day out up Snowdon. Don't need the GoPro battery and can probably get away with just one spare battery for the Canon M50, which is my vlogging camera. So we can probably shave another 100 grams off that, which takes us to 2.4 kilograms saved. What else? Well, my vlogging gear. Should let you know now I'm filming on the Canon M50 with the Rode Video Micro, and I also take the Pixie Mini tripod with me just to hand hold it, and that little setup is 720 grams. Now that's going to need to come with me, obviously. So no change there, we'll keep that as is. The camera itself. Canon 5D Mark IV, this is a 16-35 f2.82 on there, and the camera weighs 820 grams and the lens is 575. Now these need to come with me, but I wonder whether I could save on the lens hoods and the lens caps, because I weighed them, and if I take the lens hoods and the lens caps for each of the lenses I take, I can probably save in the region of about another 150 to 200 grams there. So out there you go. Now today I took filter rings and I only took 2 lenses, but I took 4 filter rings. Why? They were in the bag. I also took a number of different filters which all come in their respective pouches and whatnot. All my filters can go in one pouch. That'll be fine, despite what happened to the big stopper in Iceland. So I'll save weight there now. I've calculated that if I take just the filter rings I need, and I consolidate my filters and take fewer filters and just take one pouch, then I can probably save in the region of about 150 to 200 grams. I've lost count of where we're up to. It's about 2.6 kilos saved so far. What else do we have? Well, we have this L bracket, that's 100 grams. For now, maybe this can stay at home. We're into the marginal gains now. Is 100 grams really going to make a difference? Well, yeah, because it all adds up. If we take the batteries and we take the pouches and the filters and we take this, we've probably saved another half kilo, or not far off so far. The other things that are in my bag are the mic I'm wearing now, the lapel mic, and the Zoom H1N recorder. Now I don't use these out on location. I tend to vlog into the Video Micro on the camera anyway, so these can stay at home and they will save me another 100 grams. Also take a power bank and cable. That can stay at home. That's probably, I haven't weighed this, but that's probably another couple of 100 grams right there. And if you've watched my videos, you know I always take my sunglasses and these headphones. Well, for now these headphones can stay at home. They're not particularly heavy, but these ones are lighter, so we'll use these ones in future. And that's about it. Other than the number of lenses, that's pretty much all I can say. Now I've tallied everything up and my total backpack weight today was about 10.1 kilograms. If I take just the things that I need to take, I can get that down to about 6 kilos. That's over 4 kilos saved, almost half the weight. Hopefully, with that weight saving, I should be able to make it next time. Also need to point out clothing. These jeans are so skinny, I'm not even going to point the camera at them, but these jeans are so skinny and so difficult to walk in. What I found was that as I was walking up the steep parts of Snowdon, I was having to fight against my own jeans. They were just making it a little bit more difficult than it should have been, and add to that my lack of hill walking ability and fitness, and add to that the weight of the bag and everything. And I had to come down. It was silly to try to carry on. So Another week, another failure. It's what I'm good at. It's what this channel's becoming all about. So I'm so disappointed that I didn't get up Snowdon. I didn't even get a decent way up Snowdon. But I'm gonna go again next week. I wanna go again with the revised kit list. And hopefully we'll get up there and get some shots next week. Now this series of videos is about making mistakes. It's about learning landscape photography. But it's less about photography and it's more about landscapes and being out there in the open, in the outdoors, because that's the bit that I'm not good at. And I've learned something this week. If you're a newbie landscape photographer like me, maybe you've learned something too, or maybe it's just me, maybe I'm the idiot and other people don't make these mistakes. So if you found this video interesting, entertaining, educational, then give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video for any reason, then just let me know in the comments and we'll do something different next time. And that's about it for this week. Do subscribe to me on Instagram and I'll see you next time.